Hello again, Minecrafters. For this episode of tutorials, I'll be showing you how to do the only zombie siege safe iron farm design that I've ever come across. I've seen other iron farm tutorials that do nothing for zombie sieges, and nothing's worse than having to transfer 56 new villagers to your farm because zombies took them all out. But before I get started, I'd like to take the time to say that this build is more complicated than my previous tutorials, and it takes a lot more resources, but the payoff is amazing. So to get things started, here is a list of the items that you will need. For the first layer, there are two different ways you can make it. Either automatic takeout, which you would need to check for the loot, unless you're on a server that has magnet chests, or a storage collection for mass takeout. This is the general layout for both types. Start with a 4x4 frame and dig out the center 2x2 blocks. They need to be 3 deep. Then, make a 2x2 staircase leading up to the ground level. It's a 5x4 rectangle. You need to have a 1x2 place to stand in front of your staircase. This bottom layer needs to be empty so that later, when you put in the water, your loot can float out to you. I put glass here so that you can see what's going on the inside. Now, on the inside, you need to dig out the bottom back layer. You'll be placing water here, but we'll be doing that later on. And finally, you add signs to the middle layer on the sides. This is to keep the lava in place that you will also be adding later. For the second type of farm, the storage then mass takeout, you will need to use the same basic layout as the automatic farm, but you alter it in this way. You take out the corner pieces of the 4x4 frame. You replace the signs with pistons, regular ones. The water spot's still needed. Okay, it doesn't matter which way you do the wiring, you just need to decide if your lever is going to be on the left side or the right. Whichever side you do choose, you need to dig out the blocks right behind where the lever is. I chose the left side. Then you dig out all the blocks all the way around, leaving the corners. Place a redstone torch on the reverse side of the block with the lever, then lead your redstone wiring around the back like shown. Also, make sure to test it. For this layer, it no longer matters which type of farm you chose to go with. Everything is the same from now on. Start off by building the 4x4 frame up by 5 blocks. Then, extend the sides out by 7, thus making an 18x18 square platform with a 2x2 cutout in the center. Make sure to finish the platform. I only left it open for demonstration purposes. This is the most complicated part of the build. To get things started off, you want to build a frame around the platform you just made. The frame is 1 block out and up from your platform, creating a lip. This is for easier placement for the water that you will be adding later, and it will hold all of your doors. From the lip, you will build the corners up by 3 and make another frame. This is for the top of the doors. Fun fact number 1. You need a top, side, and bottom block for a door to be recognized as a house. Back to it then. You skip a layer, putting a block in the corner still, and yet building another frame. This is the start to your second platform, which by the way is needed for correct spawn rates. So don't try and cut it out and think that you can still get 64 iron per farm per hour. Anyways, fun fact number 2, iron golems actually spawn off of doors, not villagers, though both are still needed to produce a golem, however. Alrighty, build up the corners of the framework by 3 and make the top last layer for the frame. At this point, walk outside and check to see that you made the lip frame right. It should be 2 frames large enough to hold doors with a single layer in between. That single layer is where you build your second platform. I have once again left it open for demonstration purposes. Now, the only thing you have left to do is build the 6x4 holding cell for your villagers. Make sure you put at least 1 torch inside this cell, or zombies can and will spawn in there, and not on the ground. For this layer, you add in your doors on both platforms. Then you bevel the top of your lip frame and villager holding cell. Fun fact number 3. Iron golems need a 2x2x4 area to spawn in. Beveling the top of them makes them spawn only on the platforms, and thus no wandering golems that you must take out manually. Okay, now I'll show you how to do the water so that the corners flow correctly. Basically, you line the lip with water, leaving the corner 2 pieces blank. I put red wool in as a guide for you, but those spaces need to be open with no block or water. Once you have the water in place, you need to come back to the corners. Go up 1 layer and place a single water in that open block, like so. Now all that is left is to add the water flow at the bottom. If you chose the automatic farm, this is also when you want to put in your lava. Place it in any of the 2x2 blocks above the signs. It will flow to all 4 pieces, no worries. If you choose the storage farm, you're already done and ready to go. Alrighty, now I'm going to go over some of the things that you can do with this build. You can connect a rail line to your farm for easier villager placement. It's great for skyblock servers where iron is a rare commodity. If you're on a multiplayer server that has magnets enabled for chests, then you can replace the water at the bottom of the trap with chests. Just make sure to check it before it gets completely full. Or you can connect as many of these farms by long pipelines, no mods needed, to each other for 1 point mass destruction and collection base. You can get upwards of 364 iron an hour from connecting these farms together. Not so fun fact, villages, whether player-made or natural, must be 34 blocks from each other, meaning that 68 blocks in total for absolute assurance that each village is not interacting with another. There are a lot of things that you can do with this build, so go out and construct it and enjoy swimming in mass amounts of iron. As always, if you like this tutorial, share it with your friends. If it was convenient and it helped you, please give me a thumbs up. Comments are awesome and I almost always respond, so make sure to leave one. So until next time, bye! Bye!